Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Dwarf Fortress Adventure Mode. In the last one, I took on two horror beasts and killed them. And in this one, I'm hopefully going to do the same. This is actually post-commentary here. I'm checking the injured people because they're flashing. It's post-commentary because I recorded it, and then I realised once I'd finished it that my microphone was on mute. So a big round of derp for me. On the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Derp. I hope you joined in. Otherwise, I'm gonna feel a fool. Right. Anyway, we are moving out from this fortress. You know, as we usually do whenever we kip out in a fortress. This is only my second post commentary. I'm not that comfortable doing it, but you know, I get the creative juices flowing and all that. I'm trying to find out where to go next. I'm just searching all the unknown borders to see where the fuck I can go, and there's a goblin fortress. But the only problem is, it's an absolute mission away, and there's no safe places to rest in between. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to be going that way anytime soon. Not until I've got a massive army. But anyway, I see a shitload of fortresses down here, and also see what their fucking green chalice is, and it's a forest retreat. Trest Dabbler. It's surrounded by towns, which is good. It means I've got a lot of places to rest nearby. And even further south, there's more forest retreats, and there's an elf, which is I'm assuming it's a large forest retreat, I'm not sure. But yeah, that's the Hill of Extricating. Right, so we decide to go down there because there's a lot of towns and shit down there, which is always nice. And I'm back on this screen again for no discernible reason. Just flicking through these, seeing where they are, even though I've just flicked through them like a minute ago. So I decided to go after Gissu Moral Lances. I decide that I'll walk from the forest down to that hamlet, then from that hamlet I'll potentially either walk to that hamlet down there or the lair. But the distance from the lair to the hamlet, the first hamlet, I can make in a day, so chances are I'll be able to make it in a day to the lair from that hamlet, rather than keeping out at a different hamlet overnight. As you can see, I've recruited two new people, Mr. Rad7700 and XRyanX3333. Because I've misspelled your name in the profession name, so I am going to go fix that. Where are you? You are right there. So let's get fixing that shit. Again, apologies for the flicky screeny thing because there's nothing I can do about it. I'm probably going to stop apologising for it because, I mean, it's out of my hands. Hypercam decides to derp about it. There's nothing I can do. There we go, flicky flick. And profession name, extra 3. I just have to try and do it as quick as possible because it's annoying for me watching it back. I mean, it doesn't happen when I'm recording it, but watching it back and I see it flicking all over the place, I'm like, fuck. I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm quite anal retentive, if I pronounce that right, if I ever pronounce anything right, about things like that. So it does piss us off quite a bit. So here I'm just trying to see what the fuck that star is, even though it's a disused fucking camp. It would be nice if they took the icons off, so you know which ones were the current and which ones you've already done. So here I am, and for once there's a door on the side that I spawn on. It's like a famine or a feast, either it's on the last side or it's on the first side. Right, so I'll stop here for tonight, and he doesn't have a family to speak of, so everyone's an orphan apparently. Either they're an orphan or they're just poof out of dust. Like made out of clay, that everyone is Adam and Eve. So let's get this show on the road. Let's go get Gissu Moral Lances. Just letting everyone catch up because Effing Controller and Crumble are grounded because of their injuries. They've had their leg and feet damaged, so they can't stand up properly. I'm hoping that it will eventually heal, but I'm not entirely sure if it ever will. I mean, it's been so long, I would imagine it would have healed by now if it was going to, but it doesn't seem like it has. Right, so Gisu Moralances is to our northwest, which is right there. So it's west-northwest, and Crumble and Everton Controller just get bored of walking and decide to roll about on their arses. Lazy bastards. But they roll about their arses loyally and faithfully. Right, so just trying to locate it, heading west-northwest, one west, one northwest, one west, one northwest. And that's helpful. That's really helpful. Just doesn't tell you where it is. Yeah, nice one, map. Excellent job. And accidental numlock in your face. And right, so any second now we will see the trapdoor there. So I decide to go in it, and Gisu Moralances is right there. So I decide to be a pussy and run out. But then everyone else decides it's a good idea to fucking swarm in, which is not what I wanted to do. I wanted to lure it out, but they're like, yeah, night monster, blah blah. And I'm like, well, I can't get in now because you're in the way. So I have to lie on the ground, and everything happens, and I'm getting attacked, even though I'm on the ground. But Mr. Rad's got to embedded his pike into the fucker's leg. And the only person who it injures is Efren Controller, but then again it only punches him in the leg. So, was it X-Ryan? Can't remember now. So I'm going to try for the head, and to try and end this fight early, but it doesn't work. I made it far too easy to do that. So yeah, just keep on striking at the lower body, and I slash it in half. Anything Air Chicken can do, I can do better. Well, technically the same. You don't cut things in half better than anyone else. And so I decided to explore the cave, and there's fuck all. There is a mortar and pestle and bumblebee paste, so I decided to take that. At least there eventually I do. And the brown jasper pestle, so I take them. And then I also take a nickel ladle and water. Or maybe not the water, just the ladle. Because, you know, I've got water. I might have thrown some water at a night monster creature and bruised it, because somehow water bruises people, but I decided not to replenish my stock of water. I'm just checking to make sure nobody actually got injured before I fast travel away. Say X-Ryan X got punched in the cat leather trousers. Technically in the leg, but also in the cat leather trousers. I mean, who wears a trouser made of cat leather? That's some sick shit right there, like. Trying to fast travel away, but I'm not too far. There we go. Right, so I head down to the fucking hamlet and rest for the evening. When I get there. And will I get the door on the right side? No, I don't want to go on the roof. And there it is. Right, so I bundle in, and as luck would have it, there is a Spearman right there. So I report my successes to him, and then decide just to hire him straight away, because why not? It saves us having to track back to before us. So there, now I have someone on my list, and who will it be? Who will it be? Who will it be? Flick, 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 and it is Sniper and Trooper. So just put his profession name in, and that's sorted. Right, so that's our newest addition to the group. Hopefully it turns out well. And I'm going to stop here for the evening. When I saw Moist Cradled there, because he's called like Pody Moist Cradled or something, I thought I saw Molested Cradled somehow. Just completely Freudian slip. Molested Cradled, yes. So let's wake up and let's get our shit together and get on the road. And press capital Q, because lower Q sets swimming preference for some reason. So go down there, that's Fence Livid at the Hills of Mystery. And that's also a mountain home, which I can't be asked going to because it's over there. So I'm just looking, trying to find a town to go to. There's hamlets. Haven't came across any towns yet, but that's where I'm going to stop off overnight. That hamlet that I lingered on, because it's about the same distance. It's if I can make the distance from that fortress up there to that first hamlet, I could probably make the distance from this hamlet to that hamlet in one day. So yeah, just set off. And there's a camp which I've already visited, I do believe. And we reach there right about now. So there we are at this hamlet. And the door's on the first side yet again. Nice. And people are saying your name precedes you. Thank you for all you have done. Which is always good. That means you're pretty well famous in that civilization. Which is exactly what I want. I want a name for myself. I want my name to be appended with like the anus of smelling or something like that. Right, so I'm trying to find a town to go to so I can start selling shit. Because once you've got a town, you can set up like a little base of operation there. Like you depart from there, get some loot, come back, sell it, buy things, depart, sell, do all that. And there's a town, Hermitlead, in the hills of Sizzling. That sounds very tasty. Like a barbecue. So I do depart. Try and get everyone visible. And let's get this show on the road. So we've got to head southwest to the ocean, south, try not to get ambushed, and pop, there it is. You can tell it's a town because that yellow thing means it's a shopping area and it's just becoming dusk. So yeah, just bundle ourselves into the first house we see, and let's sleep the day away. I'm Torot Footshadow. How can I be of service? You let us sleep in your house. I mean, I like the fact that they've got no beds or anything. It's basically just 4 walls. I mean, aren't you a pillar of hospitality? I would want a refund if I stopped there for the night. Right, so the order of the day is to find a shop, but everyone's still asleep, so I'll probably have to wait a little bit. Just for 2 hours. If I can get the fucking thing. There, we're going 2 hours. Right, there's 2 hours past, and now the towns should be buzzing with activity. It should be a hive. And I just want to know if that was blood or if it was just red. The town's got red on it. Right, and there's a meat shop, because you can see, because it's got like a little green piece of meat outside. So go in here and just have a quick look at all the wares. Soul, buzzard egg, turtles. You know, the usual things that you would find in your greengrocers or your supermarket. Like sturgeon tripe. And I'm trying to find some shit to sell to them. That palm tree icon, that's the weight of each thing. You don't actually know the value of it. The shopkeeper will let you know. So yeah, there's a trick to trading, because you've got to sort of use your A, S, D, F, G, your entire middle row keys to set a price that you would like to get for the items, or like the offer for the items. Of course, if you offer over the odds for the items, if you buy and you offer over the odds, the merchant's going to snap your hand off for it, but you're going to be out of pocket. If you sort of offer them goods and you offer less than the worth, he's also going to snap your hand off. So what you do, you generally offer the highest you can, like ask them for 9,000, and then they'll give you the proper value of them. That's the way you trade in this game at the moment. I mean, I would like there to be haggling and stuff, but once they give you that offer, they won't go below it. At least I've seen in my experiences. They might. I don't know if it's got anything to do with your business or like your some sort of skill, like attribute or something. This is a doll shop, so it sells gems, native silver figurine model of a naked mole rat. I would hate to know what the creator of that was thinking of when he made it. Let's go to the wordy Hames. That was Hames and not names. Nope, Hames. And right, just getting shit to sell to them, like me pestles and mortars from my beetle obsessed night people. Night people, yes. Honey badger leather, that weighs 55, but it's not even a bag or anything, because it's got nothing in it. And it would say bag after it, but for some reason it doesn't. Right, so yeah, and I just realised I've got iron chain leggings. I did not know that I did. That would have came in so much like use when I was getting stabbed by that night groom person. So yeah, I am very rich. But I also just realised that you've actually got to pick up the coins whenever you trade. You've also got to pick up any goods that you buy, and I realised I never did it in the first shop, so let's go back there and get my fucking coins. There it is, sitting on the table. So, yep. Omon Rith Kara Ngo Spolum. It's a bit of a mouthful. Right, so go down here. Weapon shop. What do these sell? So there's a Pine Weaponsmith shop sign. I hope they use something better than Pine, because otherwise it'll be a pretty shit weapon store. Be all training weapons and little toy weapons and shit, like the little swords that you get, like the little plastic swords that you get in like tropical cocktails and stuff that skewer in like a lime or a lemon. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then yeah, just imagine like a little 2-inch long plastic sword thing. You roughly get the idea. Maybe 2 inches a little bit too long, maybe 1 inch. I mean, I'm no good with inches, I work at mill. And welcome to the Common War. That is a great name for a weapon store, if I do say so myself. Could be like the Fluffy Cloud, the Pink Leprechaun. But no, the Common War. So, yep, just looking through shit. As you can see on the trader side of the screen, it's got like little coins next to the name. That comes in use when you come to pick up your stuff. The things that you've bought won't have the little coin thingy next to a name. So, like when you come, there's me coins again. I've not actually bought anything, but you know, coin is always good to have. I mean, I would like it so it adds it straight to your inventory, but because first time I was doing it, I was sort of selling me stuff, and then I would just leave, assuming that it's already attached to you, placed inside your inventory. So I sold everything that I had basically, apart from me sword, me shield, me clothes, and me armor and stuff. Everything in my inventory, I'd sold it, and then I fucked off, fast travelled, and then I was like, got to another town, and I was like, well, where's all my money went? So that confused us for a bit. I was like, well, where the fuck's my money? And then I read on the fucking Magma Wiki or whatever it's called that you need to actually pick up your stuff. Same with buying. I never twigged on how you do that either. So in the end, I got pissed off, killed the shopkeeper, and stole all his stuff. Because in Dwarf Fortress, when you're annoyed, that's what you do. Just kill the shopkeeper and steal his money. Such a good precedent to set for real life, isn't it? What? You don't have what I want? I'm going to stab you and steal all your booze. So yeah, we get our coin from the armor shop. And there's a lot of coin there. 14 gold coins. All coins are roughly worth the same. I think they are worth the same, it's just the name of the civilization changes for them. There's another weapon store. I'm going to go in there, see if they've got any iron weapons. Like all gold coins are worth the same, like every gold coin is worth the same as every other gold coin. I'm not sure if I can't remember if you can trade currency of one civilization with another civilization. It would be good if they did, if they had some sort of exchange rate. Then you could find the strongest economy and then go there to sell all your stuff. But that's a bit advanced for where Dwarf Fortress is at the moment. I mean, it's only a pipe dream really. I mean, it is a really ambitious game, and you've got to commend the developers for like what they've done so far with it. It's more exciting and more interactive than most of the fucking repainted run and gun shooters that you get out there, like your Call of Duties, your Battlefields. I mean, Battlefield 3 does look alright, but I saw the multiplayer for it and I was like, well, that just looks run and gun. I like me tactics, I like Project Reality, things like that. So, yeah. I'm busy hunting here for a armor store so I can buy myself some sort of mail vest or plate mail or something to protect me face, well not me face, me upper body from attack. But all I can find is fucking food stores, more food stores, and more food stores. I mean, they must have some sort of overabundance of food here. Just say, yeah, we'll open up a shitload of food stores. Fuck all the people who want armor and weapons and shit. Like, if they don't want food, they can fuck off. Right, this is a miscellaneous store. Seems to sell all manner of miscellaneous goods, as you would expect in a miscellaneous store. It's not like you go to a weapons store to buy fish. Right, so I'm just looking through their wares. I'm perusing. And yarn, you don't use yarn at all in adventure mode. But crutches are useful if you lose a limb. Because I mean, if you lose a foot, you've got to have a free arm to use a crutch. But you can, rather than having to roll about on the floor, you can get back up onto your feet if you've lost a limb. Of course, I'm not sure if it works if you've lost like both legs. You'd like be walking on both arms on crutches, like a little still walker. 90 monetary units for a crutch is a little steep, so I'm trying to knock him down, but he's just like 90, 70, 90, I'll give you 86, 90! So eventually I capitulate and say, fine, you want 90, I'll give you 90. Right, so now to try and locate where my fucking crutch is. It's not there, because they've all got little money signs next. And not there, and it's there. Item C. So I'm going to move over there, and it's now item A. So pick that up. Pick it up, there we go. Right, so go into this armor store and speak to this Thibaut Perplexed Beloved and see what he's offering me. They've got copper high boots, but I've got an iron high boot now. I'm looking to see if he's got another high boot. I don't want chain leggings because I've got iron chain leggings. I mean, you can't really get much better than iron. Maybe steel, but it's rare that you find steel. I'm a bit confused as to which is better, copper or bronze. I couldn't. If someone was to say which is better, I couldn't. So I'm going to have to actually research that, because I'm trading an iron high boot for 2 copper high boots, which is probably ripping me off. But you know, just sort it. Was 1 boot for 2 boots. You can only win in that situation. I mean, it's not going to be drastically worse than it. So now I'm pissing about with my removal and wearing things. I'm taking out the iron chain leggings and I'm wearing them. They would have been quite handy earlier. So just keep on doing this. Still got nothing to wear. I'm trying to wear the boots. Bronze high boots, still got nothing to wear. And then I realised this because I'm wearing shoes. If you're wearing shoes, you can't wear boots. So take off 1 shoe. And I do believe I get called away now. But yeah, now I'm back. I was actually told to go to the shop, so it was considerable wait. So I'd forgot what I'd done, like a little bit. I knew I was in here buying things, so then I remember I'm taking off my shoes. I'm just stood there with 1 shoe on. Right, so take off the rope reed fiber shoe on my right foot, please. There we go. So as you can see, I've got both shoes off, and I've got a bronze high boot in my hand. So I'm trying to find out where the other bronze high boot is. Completely forgetting that I'd already worn wore it. And I'm like, oh wait, I'm already wearing it. Or at least I think I am. Hopefully I am. I'm not that stupid, am I? But don't answer that one. Yeah, I think I'm a bit confused now. I'm always confused. And then I realised I haven't picked up the copper high boots that I'd bought. So I wear a copper high boot. And then I'm like, well, I can't put on the other one. So I started like freaking out. I mean, I could have just left it as is, one copper high boot, one bronze high boot. That means I'm guaranteed to be at least wearing one of the better boot. But I decided no. I'll go remove my bronze high boot and stick on my copper high boot. But I am going to research which one's best before the start of next one. So I know to wear the better ones and to sell the worst ones. I mean, you would have thought with us playing for a little, like this much, I would know the difference between them, but no, I don't, because I rarely touch bronze or copper, even in Fortress mode. It's always like iron and steel and that's the holy grail. So I generally don't concern myself with bronze and copper and shit like that, unless I'm absolutely scrubbing around for metals and stuff, or if I've got so much money I just don't care. So yeah, I'm now wearing my copper high boots like a boss. And I'm look at all them gold coins, 21 gold coins. That is a lot. I'm trying to wear the copper shield, I'm just wondering where the fuck it went. And it seems to have vanished, apparently. But then I look here, and look at how many things I'm holding in my right hand. Got a bronze two-handed sword, a bronze shield, 2 bronze high boots, and 2 rope reed fiber shoes, all in my right hand. I mean, what am I, some sort of victim of Chernobyl or something? Like I've got an extra hand grown out of my wrist, on top of the hand that already grows out of your wrist. Maybe an extra 3, one each side. It's like some sort of weird flower. I've just got a two-handed sword in one hand, bronze shield in another one, and then like all the shoes and boots in that in the other hand. I'll be quite a sight to behold, if I do say so myself. But then I start putting the bronze high boots out of my hand into the backpack. It doesn't really make a difference, but just because I'm so anal retentive about things like this, I decide to at least resemble some sort of human with the amount of things I can carry in which hand. I mean, Dwarf Fortress, it doesn't really simulate like the things that you can realistically do. Like you could grab someone in the face with one tooth, and then somehow grab someone in the torso with another tooth. I mean, I don't know how wide your mouth is, but my mouth wouldn't reach that far. So, yeah. Right, well, I think I'm going to rest up in this place for now. So, join me next time, where I fight things. So, until then, farewell.